So let's start with the potatoes and we'll get them sliced up. So I got the potatoes sliced up, got all the butter, olive oil, now to get the cast iron going. Go. So what you do with the steaks is we're going to do some incisions so the spices will get into the meat better. Alright, so I'm not going to use the grill this time. I'm going to actually cook with olive oil and butter. And give it a turn and come a different direction. And we're going to use those secret Scottish spices. It looks suspiciously like fresh ground pepper and sea salt. Don't tell anybody that this stuff's a secret. And this is usually the spices I use for most of my cooking. It'll be also the ones I use on the potatoes when I sit there and cook them. So you flip them over and do the same thing. A couple diagonal slices just to get them about an 1/8 inch into the meat, just so that they kind of soak in there. Give it a little twist, twist and shout. So if you are going to cook with the cast iron, this is the way to do it. Now I thank my lovely wife who is holding the camera for me. Otherwise I could never get this angle. And then we're going to do the same thing with the potatoes. We kind of spread them out. Give them a little salt. Yes, I do make a mess, but I will clean it up later. Honest, I will. Then you flip them over. I tell you, salt and pepper is the spice of life, and meat potatoes is also the way to go. Next thing I'll be doing is straightening the cast iron. Go ahead, hit the pause. Thank you, sweet. So I got everything seasoned. Now I have put some olive oil in both pans. I'm getting them to heat. And initially, that's how I'm going to start cooking everything. Then I'm going to add a lot of butter. So I've got the oil heating up to the big power burner. There's almost too much, but boy, I tell you, it brings water up to boil really quick. I'll be doing the potatoes in this burner here, and I'll be doing the steak in this burner here. And hopefully I've got the angle good enough where you can see how everything's going to cook. And I'm going to add, once I get the sears going, I'm going to add the butter to it for flavor. And this is going to make a really nutritious dinner. Alrighty, let's get ready to do some cooking. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the potatoes in there. You get the butter going there too. Butter is there for the cooking medium. It's there for the flavor. And hopefully the two will cook up about the same amount of time. So I'm getting ready to do the steak on the other one, so I'll put the butter in there too. And salt and pepper is usually what I use most of the time. You know, sometimes less is more, simple is better. So, as I got that going, before I put the steaks in, I want the butter to melt. This one I'll kick the heat up a little bit more. But I need a little bit more control on this one, where I don't really have the control on that one. This is on low. but it's a very powerful burner. What we're going to do is we're going to have strip steak and potatoes, and then what I'll do is I'll probably do a can of corn and add to it. And this is nutrition. This is good nutrition. We're taking raw potatoes, we're taking raw meat, we're cooking them in good things, olive oil, which is better than a seed oil, butter, which is better than a seed oil. It provides a lot of protein, a lot of amino acids, a lot of B vitamins, a lot of D vitamins, a lot of minerals. And then we're going to add corn as a vegetable. We can do green beans also. It doesn't hurt to get like a yellow vegetable and a green vegetable and really vary the amount of nutrition you're going to be doing. So that's going. The butter was frozen, so it's kind of like cooling things down. We have to make sure we have our implements. And generally I will use a spatula and something to turn it over. So let's wait everything to warm up and we'll add more here soon. So we still got things cooking. Look at my buddy. Look at Dave from Cutco Knives. These are knives I use. Got the corn going. I'm going to set it in the microwave. And I'm going to give it a quick blast. Just kind of get things going. And now I got everything ready to roll for the meat. That's it. I'm not going to do it on, get it down to medium now. On a grill, let's cook it on cast iron. So I've got potatoes going. What you want to do is you kind of want to move them around so they don't stick to the bottom. Let them start frying. Then we'll do some flipping over a little bit later. And the same thing. This is going, got good heat here. Get about 5 minutes, we'll flip over and get the next side cooking. Enjoy some Irish beer. It makes cooking happier. Makes me happier anyway. So you got it cooking. Good view of the stove. And it's here trying to get everything done right. I got the corn in the microwave. So we're going to have a starch, a vegetable, and a meat. And then we'll probably have a dairy milk for drinks. And that's really good nutrition at the end of the day. It helps build muscles, helps build energy, helps build strong bones. Okay, so we got everything going about a good 3 minutes. We're just going to get some nice sears. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start flipping the potatoes over. Try to get them to flip on the other side. Give them all a good chance to cook on each side. I tend to cook at a lower heat, so it takes a little bit longer. But when you slow cook something, I think you get a better flavor out of it. And a lot of times you got to kind of fight with it. It starts to run away from you. Same thing with the meat. So we're going to bring it over on the other side. We're going to get some really good flavor in there. But here's where you really want to get the spices in there. You gotta cook them in there. So whether it's steak or potatoes, my go-tos are salt and pepper. The only thing you can do too much pepper, but you have to be careful. You can do too much salt. You can kind of see everything starting to cook up. Flavor starting to sink in there. And this is really good. So I'll peek in the microwave. Now, the butter's not quite melted yet. I'll hit it for another 30 seconds. Like I said, the corn's already pre-cooked. It's already pre-done. We got the meat. We got the starch, potatoes, which are, you can live on potatoes. And you got the corn. So, a Midwestern meal. We like our corn. And I just can't ever get tired of watching potatoes and steak cook. Now you might, but I tell you, the nutrition is important. You want to cook your meals as much as you can, unless you have the ability to sit there and order pre-cooked meals. And if you do, that's great. I know Jack does. Nothing wrong with that. But I do enjoy cooking, but I do enjoy making these meals, and I really enjoy eating these meals. It's just, it's simple. It's a meat, it's a potato, it's a corn. Nothing really hard, salt and pepper. And you got a wonderful, nutritious meal. Okay, so we got, while the cooking just went by, the potatoes are starting to do well. Actually, I feel I'll be able to pull off here. And I'm going to turn the steak over one more time. And hit it with some more spices. We got both of them going. We'll check on the corn. Oh yeah, so the butter's kind of melted. When we get ready to serve it, I'll hit one more time. It'll be good. And dinner is soon to be served. So we'll just kind of flip a few more of these over. And we could have done these as fries, but you know, I decided to do like wedges. I kind of seen something on a video. These look pretty cool. And they are. And sometimes you want to vary even your simple recipes just a little bit. Sit there and make it enjoyable. So we'll be ready to get the potatoes ready to serve, get ready to get the steak ready to serve, and the corn, and we're going to have a very nutritious dinner. Great for the end of the day. It's almost 8 o'clock late for us, but you know, I work second shift, so our schedule is a little bit later. And this is just really enjoyable. We went out and we enjoyed some live music and had some beer, had a good time, and we had food when we were out there. Now it's time to get some really good prepared food. And the best way to do it is cook it yourself. Of course, this won't get uploaded until tomorrow. Okay, so it's time to kind of preload the potatoes. So I do like to put them in a napkin so we can kind of drain some of the stuff, so they're not so oily. Now granted, we are cooking it in olive oil and butter, which is far more healthy than a seed oil. So we have to remember that. Now I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out what has cooked and what hasn't cooked. So I'll get one for each plate. And add some ketchup on there. This is good. This is that you're just trying to get everything cooked evenly. And once you realize you got it there, you can kind of shut that burner off. That burner will keep cooking a while afterwards. Woo. Try to get it evened out. And that's what you gotta do. You kind of gotta make things a little different from time to time. You know, a little different presentation. So I got that one shut off. Gonna put this one more time. Got a lot of spices that's cooking into it. Olive oil and butter. Give me some good meat. So that's what we'll do next time. We'll sit there and put them on a serving dish, get the corn going, and we'll be ready to eat. And here is the finished product. Don't get any better than this. I've already cut off the heat. That's dinner. One for me, and one for thee. And don't get any healthier than this. So, from MacBean Scottish Fitness, Farm and Prepping, and the Prep Chef. Eat good and enjoy the food.